New York City, a home to 8 million people. Bicycling here, though it can be loads of fun and good for the environment, can also be a very frightening and a challenging experience. Hey buddy, watch out for that door! You can get a flat, or break a spoke, and without knowledge, you have to rely upon a repair shop or a friendly mechanic passerby. Also, bicyclists have a need for public outreach, for safer conditions for you and your trusted transportation. So who to turn to? Well, your friends at Time's Up, of course. Hey friends, Time's Up, New York's all-volunteer environmental education and direct action organization, has for a quarter of a century been working towards promoting sustainable change in New York City and beyond. Today, we have hundreds of volunteers working on various campaigns and direct actions to keep air and water clean, and programs to educate people on living more sustainably. Time's Up is known for greening public space and creating and protecting community gardens. We've made, championed, and protected hundreds of community gardens. However, we are popularly known for activities surrounding non-polluting transportation.
There's no bikes inside here.
Well, this is a gift for the gift for the borough president.
Through its monthly calendar, Time's Up organizes and communicates hundreds of free community building events. Now, in 2011, we have 2 locations for bike repair workshops. They are both on either side of the Williamsburg Bridge, one in Manhattan and one in Brooklyn. Over the last 5 years, these spaces have hosted classes and workshops 5 nights a week. Over tens of thousands of people have attended our workshops and classes. And when our day is through, we like to throw dance parties for our volunteers. In typical Time's Up fashion, we put the tools in people's hands and empower individuals to become independent. We even take our show on the road, like here at Summer Streets, where in New York City, miles of car lanes are converted to bike lanes for 3 days. The experience and skills that our volunteers learn with Time's Up will remain with them for the rest of their lives, making them more independent and less reliant on others while also creating green jobs. Many of our mechanics have gone on to work professionally for other co-ops in other towns and to lead group rides everywhere. We even have a 24-hour parts vending machine outside of our Brooklyn home. Say, Sally, what are you getting? How about a new bike? Recently, Time's Up has been selling Dutch-style bikes at no profit. These Mama Cherries, or Mother Chariot bikes, have been bought en masse and saved from landfill, and then rebuilt by volunteers. They are unique vehicles at low cost and promote non-polluting transportation. We also lend them for free within the local Hasidic community, which is helping repair relations after a much contested and moved bike lane through their neighborhood. Over the years, Time's Up has collected and recycled over thousands of abandoned bikes to get them back on the road, or we strip them down for parts and use them for workshops and classes. Some become part of the Memorial Ghost Bikes campaign, which remind pedestrians, bicyclists, and fuel-consuming vehicle drivers to watch out. Bicycles are everywhere. And sometimes we need to remind people to be aware of your friends on bikes in other ways. Through group rides, we might dress as clowns, pirates, even Paul Revere to help get our word out. Our environmental rides encourage polar bears to remind us that carbon in the atmosphere is melting the ice caps.
Ride a bike, save a bear!
And swimmers remind that public space is just that, public. Our group rides are not just a way to create a greater visibility and a reminder of bicycle safety, but also of the viability of sustainable and simple transportation. These fun, short, year-round group bike rides build confidence and new ridership by creating a positive introduction to biking. And check out that sound bike. Let's go dancing in the streets.
Whose streets?
We hope some of our riders become daily commuters.
What do you think about bicycling and the environment?
I think it's much better than cars, which release like all those toxic gases.
You think you're going to become a lifelong cyclist?
I think so.
Our larger group rides have put pressure on the city to create infrastructure, room for bikes, and safer traffic conditions. For instance, Time's Up gets people together to let our public servants know that parks are for people, not cars, silly. We love our lanes, and we let people know it. With many new bike lanes, there is more need for education and outreach, which also brings in more volunteers to help spread the love and knowledge. In the last few years, we've seen hundreds of bike lanes added to our streets. 180 miles of new bike lanes were built in New York City between 2007 and 2009 alone. And don't forget the pedicabs. If you don't want to ride yourself, why not jump in a pedicab, the paid transportation that doesn't put carbon into the atmosphere? Here in New York, Time's Up helps start the pedicab business and supports the many companies that have sprung up to create more green jobs and kindness to air and water. There are now 500 pedicabs and 1,500 riders to propel them. In our city, we are fighting to green. We are living in a vibrant bicycle time now. Our rich history has brought us here. Together, we can continue to change the world, one bike at a time. What's up with Time's Up next? Who knows? Only the way the city changes and what we have to do to work towards clean air and water will tell. So when you're in New York City, stop by Time's Up, say hello, and get on a bike. The city is so much better when you're on a bike, in control, and protecting the environment.